Oh, they probably couldn't even hear me because I had the volume down. Let's keep it P for you. But they can hear us now. KIPP, y'all know the deal. Y'all couldn't hear me, but that's alright. Don't get in here, share that stream. You know what it is. I'm gonna get to share the stream, but first, get a little load of that black empowerment first.
Tap in.
All the FBA riders. I need to see y'all.
Because I was real busy with my film release.
Let me share this stream though.
Shout out to you brothers, man. I want to send congratulations
the Dragon,
to Steamboat, Savage, and Jay Lava for their 500th episode of
You should,
podcast.
go ahead and get your share on, brother. I'll be forgetting. If I don't do it, it won't
It's gonna take me a second. You know, I got like 50 groups.
I know, I'm just tapping them all. You know, I have them all in my messenger real quick so I can do the tap. The quick tap. And we in there. Yeah, we in there. Swimwear. They're actually gonna get the full color green screen back me. Don't forget the nooner, y'all, 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. On the B1 side of the game, the morning drip, 8:30. Wake your goat mouth ass up. And we dropping bombs in here. Don't act like we don't drop bombs. Y'all know what it is. Drop a flex bomb. Yes, sir. And we blowing horns. On the Don DeMarco side of the game. Uh-oh, out of the darkness, into the light. Here we are. I don't even really want to say too much, but I will say this is Keep It P Podcast. We take the news, situations, everyday occurrences, and we show how one could have and could not have been keeping it P, which is basically just means on code. And I'm not trying to tell you what to think. I'm trying to show you how to think when you find yourself mixed up in an anti-racist black propaganda war being perpetuated by the lamestream media. Then you got the Democrats and the Republicans. And you got the man who made that shit up sitting right here on the screen in real time. You feel me? But then we got, both of those guys, bipartisan, super saying 94-1 on the crime bill, targeting you. Powers. Super Saiyan on the crime bill, targeting you, black people. But it gets a little easier when indeed I have the teaser. Teasy, could you just sprinkle, just a little sprinkle of the game, just a little bit. Don't give them too much. Just a little. Just a little.
Just hashtag for the record doe.
Damn, for real?
And then just hold on. Hashtag FTRD.
Nah, man.
TZ Von Savage in the place to be.
Damn, dog.
Sucker MC.
On the sucker variety.
Self-hug, self-love. That's a beatbox in the B-boy stance. You may have thought that was corny.
You might.
But what's even more corny is if we let the culture die, y'all.
Can't do that.
We can't. Hey, but what's even more corny is when y'all be letting y'all kids get the teacher's phone that dropped in the toilet with the boo-boo hand, and she forced them to grab the phone out the toilet.
With the Edward boo-boo hands? With the Edward boo-boo hands?
Fam, would you let that happen to your baby?
And you don't do nothing? That's corny.
Come on, man. That's corny. Hashtag pull-up season, y'all.
So usually, Kendra would do this segment of our programming, which is called FBA Writers, and FBA Writers that you should know in the game. Like we say all the time, there's no leaders in this shit. It's just a message. And there's no perfect messengers too, right? No perfect messengers, but if the message is good, you got to hear where that come from. I chose to bring Mr. Rain on because he is a pioneer in this B1 shit. Also, like I say, my inspiration for getting down. I don't want to talk too much, cuz we gonna get the little one.
Yes.
We gonna get the little screen. We gonna put you on the big window. And I just want you to, first of all, introduce yourself to the audience. Let them know who you are, where they can find you. Your link is already in the description, sir. Both channels. So y'all go subscribe to his channel and get on board. But I want to get the floor to my man T. Go ahead, bust it down for him, sir. Sprinkle him just a little bit. Just a little bit.
All right. Well, what's going on, everybody? My name is Taurean Reloaded. Been on YouTube since 2016. Still going strong. You know, had a few ups and downs. It's like a roller coaster ride when it comes to doing the kind of content that I do. It's definitely been fulfilling. I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot. I've said a lot. I've read a lot. I've come up with like different, you know, sayings and everything like that. And it's just amazing too that some people, you know, because a lot of times, you know, when I do my videos, I don't put my face into the camera like that. Only on certain occasions. But it's just amazing that some people even recognize me on the street just when they hear me talk. So they was like, "You sound like," they was like, "Do you make YouTube videos?" I remember when I was out. I remember when I was in the gym a couple years ago, and somebody just heard me say like the most simplest thing. And they said, "Do you make YouTube videos?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Is your name Taurean Reloaded?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "I watch your videos." So I think it's just amazing that I have people who follow me and can know me just off of my voice, since I don't put my face out there that much in a lot of the videos that I do. So I think that's just simply amazing that people do follow me. And I definitely have to give a huge shout out to Professor Black Truth, because him giving me shout outs on his videos.
I remember that.
Especially, you know, for someone who was such a smaller platform compared to his, and he's been doing this way longer than me, and that he gave me a shout out, and that kind of launched my platform because I was still growing, and that helped me to get a big following. So that's why every chance I get, I always make sure to give him a shout out, especially. I have to also, you know, thank my audience and my subscribers, you know, for sticking with me for these last few years, because, you know, they could have left and everything like that. I could have said something that made it piss them off, that made them leave, because some people might have, because, you know, some people, like, you know, you can say all the right things, but the one time that you slip up, that's it. They're not going to, you know, they're going to say that I'm subscribing from you. I don't like you anymore, and this, that, and the third. But it's like, it is what it is. I'm like, if you're going to unsubscribe, just do it. You don't have to make a grand announcement that you're leaving. I probably won't even remember you because you wasn't really that, because you weren't really that active. So, you know, it's definitely been a roller coaster ride. This is actually like my 4th channel.
Damn.
You know, my original channel. Because my original channel is crazy, because even though I started doing commentaries like this in 2016, I actually had my original channel since I was in college back in 2010. I wasn't talking about the same things that I'm talking about right now on that channel. That was just mainly college related stuff that I put up there. And I wish I still had that channel, because it would have given my audience now an opportunity to go back and look at how I was then versus how I am now, so they could see the growth and the evolution. Because when I was putting stuff up in college, it was mainly like, you know, stuff that you do at college, and I went to an HBCU, so like it was just like a bunch of like parties and stuff like that. Nothing compared to what I do right now. But I wish I still had that channel, because the memories was definitely there that I'm unfortunately not going to get those back. But you know, that channel ended up getting taken down in 2016 because of a video that I did about the Las Vegas shooting. You remember what happened in Vegas?
Yes.
I had did a video. It wasn't the initial video, but it was a video where I was basically calling out Palm Colored, but basically trying to give cover for what this guy did. And the way that I titled the video, I guess it got to the people at YouTube, and I got a strike on that video. Mind you, I already had a strike on that one video that I did back in August because of what happened. I think it was in Charlottesville. So this was in 2017. So I already had 2 strikes at that point. And then I just went to sleep one night, and then I woke up the next day and tried to get into my account, and it said it was gone.
Damn.
So YouTube actually went back to a video that I did back in January and just threw a strike on there just to get me off the platform.
Damn.
And then I ended up making this channel, and believe it or not, this channel actually almost got snatched away almost as soon as I created it. And I had to basically put this channel on private for a while to throw the algorithm off that it was no longer in existence.
What?
So this channel almost got snatched down, and I had to create another channel. That one got pulled down with just one community guideline strike, if you want to call it that. And
That's just
like, they just
ridiculous.
really they really just didn't want me on the platform whatsoever. But this one right here, the one that that everyone's familiar with, has literally, I guess you can say, stood the test of time. I actually did get like a warning strike type of thing last year, but I ended up appealing that, and that got removed. But then I got a strike back in February where I couldn't upload for a week because I did a video talking about the scene, and they basically said that that was a violation of the community guidelines because of quote unquote medical misinformation.
Get that.
Even though I was reading the article. So that's why I told my people on Twitter that I'm not doing any more videos on my channel about the scene. Now, I will talk about it on my live stream like I did today, because that's a very small channel, and then it kind of gets woven into a lot of different other topics. So it's not like it's just one central topic where I'm just talking about that. So that's why, it's easy for me to talk about it over there.
I don't
opposed to being over here.
Yeah, I don't do
on
them
this
at
channel.
all. I don't do them at all. Man, that was a lot to take in. Some of that I heard, but then you filled in the gaps for a few things too, as far as like your channels getting taken down, which that make a little pit in your stomach when you hear your channel, because like my J Lava channel has been up since 2009.
Oh wow.
And it has my whole video life representation. When I was the CEO of a record company, then when I was the producer, then when I was in school, then when I thought I wanted to do beats, then when I started Scatterbrains, like my own talk show thing there, and then right before the Walk It in My Pocket joint, I was doing heavy black content, like super heavy. And I think it was because of that it actually blew up. So man, that makes me hopeful, man, that it can fall, and you can, if you got something strong, you can come back, because you did it, and now you're working on number 2, right? But I want to get into this verbiage, man. Like they don't know you like the word king, man. Like you're like a wordsmith, sir. Please explain to them because I didn't know what you were inducted in. I didn't know the publication. I didn't really know how to frame it right, but I think it's super awesome. So explain it to them, please.
So I have a degree in mass communication with a concentration in broadcasting. So I feel like me doing these videos is lining right up with my degree. The only difference is I'm not working for a news network or some kind of corporation. Like I'm literally not bound to a contract, which is why like I can get away with some of the stuff that I say. Like because if I was working or bound by a contract, I would have to really try to censor myself.
Oh yeah.
And that's for someone who does this kind of content that we do. It's kind of hard to do, especially when you're in the groove of doing those things. So for me, I said, so that's why I said, when I started to like realize that the algorithm wasn't really vibing with some of the stuff that I was saying, because I think at one time I was very aggressive with a lot of my tone early on. So I said, I need to find a way to trick the algorithm, and I need to just basically come up with my own verbiage. And then, that's how, the Triple P or the Petty Pendergrass Productions, that was born. And that actually was a name that was given to me. Like that wasn't even something I came up with, but I took it and I ran with it, put the music and everything on there. I said, I want to make this as entertaining as possible, where I know that this is a story that could probably be serious to some people, but we know with us it would be seen as hilarious. So I said, let me go ahead and just like put music behind this in an introduction and put Petty Pendergrass Production right there, because I know if it would make me laugh, I know it's going to make them laugh.
It's funny.
And then I also, the most famous one, of course, is the palm colored one. And I know that's like the one that a lot of people like or they hear. And it's and one of the biggest takeaways for me doing that is seeing people write that in the comment section, and not even just on my own comment section, but going to other people's videos and typing that terminology in there, and I'm like, wow, this is like literally spreading like wildfire. And I'll never forget the day I was doing a live, and one of my subscribers said, Taurean, you need to go check Urban Dictionary. They said you need to go and type in palm colored into Urban Dictionary. And I said, okay. I went and typed it in, and sure enough, someone who watches my content got a hold of that word and put it up on Urban Dictionary and gave me credit for it. Like that literally, and I was literally in the middle of a live stream when that happened. And I could barely contain myself because I almost couldn't get through the rest of the stream because all I was focused on was what somebody had just told me and what I had just saw, and I had to like share the screen. I said, "Did y'all can y'all see this right now? Somebody actually took the verbiage that I came up with, and they put it into Urban Dictionary, and it's been there since like September 2019. So, now it's like every time people see that word, they know they're going to associate it with me. And that was just an amazing thing to actually see something that I came up with be published. So like that definitely was a huge highlight of my day, a highlight of my week when I saw that. And then of course, I also have my own, like I create nicknames for certain people, especially like a lot of people that, we don't like. And it's like I'm always coming up with different ones, like, of course, I'm laughing thinking about it now. Like the coonstress, we all know that's Candace Owens. But
we got a few too.
But I also gave her another nickname. I called her the Grifting Princess.
The Grifting
Princess. Yeah. Then I called who else? I called Brandon Tatum. I call him Brandon Fakem.
Yeah.
I called Milo Yiannopoulos, even though I haven't used his in a while because it's like he comes and goes. I call him Tinker Bitch.
Yeah, just little bitch ass. Yeah. We got some good ones. Hold on. We got Byron, I'm Not Black Allen. We got Benjamin Banana Boat Crump. What's the other ones we got, guys? We laid them out, man. We got a few that we came up with, but again, that's because of influences like yourself, right?
Oh, Morgan, I never wanted to be Black Freeman.
So, all right, that's the word piece. Now, let's talk about this grind out here, these YouTube streets, brother, because, some people don't think fat meat greasy out here, man. They don't know what it takes. They don't know what the reasoning is behind it. I'm sure everybody has their own why, as you do too. And kind of talk about like I want you to talk about like the consistency and what it might actually take to do something like this. If people think, oh, you just make YouTube videos, you're just a YouTuber.
It's definitely when I first started doing this, I didn't know if I wanted to do this just because it was there, or if this was something I wanted to do ongoing long term. Like the first videos that I really started to do as far as doing this style of video was when I learned about what happened with PC in their opioids.
Oh yeah.
That's when I really first started to really get into the groove of that, because one video that I did prior to that was when I did one of them little DNA kit things back like in September of the year prior, and I just left it alone because I hadn't used my YouTube channel in years. And then I came back on there and I saw somebody had posted a YouTube video. They shared their link on Facebook, and I said, you know what? I think I could possibly do this. But I was kind of scared because I was like, I don't know how I'm going to sound. I don't know how it's going to look. I don't like. I was already like prejudging myself before I really started. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and press this record button and just let the words flow. I said, I have a degree in this. I said, I think I can do this. And then it just happened, and then it kept going from there. And I said, out of nowhere, I don't know, like people just started to gravitate towards me and just started to subscribe to my channel. And then I think the audience is what helped out a lot, because it's like I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to a growing audience now. And now that, you know, the more the audience grows, the more the demand becomes. And then I just said, you know what, I'm enjoying this. Let me go ahead and continue to do this and see where it goes. And it's a good thing that I stayed consistent and kept going, because look at where it is now.
Yes.
And not only did it help my growth on YouTube, but it helped the growth on my Twitter account. Now, my Twitter account, a lot of people, some people, believe it or not, did not have a Twitter account prior to me, you know, being on YouTube. But I said, one thing I want you to do is create a Twitter account, is because sometimes the YouTube notifications don't go out. And I know that if you follow me on there, because I always post my videos on there, you'll be able to see it, and then you can come over and watch it. And my Twitter account definitely grew quite a bit because of YouTube. A lot of the people that follow me on YouTube follow me on Twitter as well.
Yep.
Even if they probably don't tweet a thing, they'll get on there and they'll follow me just to make sure they're keeping up, just in case the YouTube notifications don't go out. So it definitely helped out on a multi-platform level. And then it allows my audience, if they wanted to send me stories, they could send it to me on there or tag me on there. It's gotten to the point where now someone will send me stuff on Twitter. They'll send it to my email. They'll send it to me on Instagram.
Make sure you get that joint.
Yeah, actually, and you know what's so crazy? I actually did a video on my original channel talking about why it was important to have multiple social media accounts, especially with what it is that I do.
Right.
Like, if I just only had one, that means you only had one way to reach out to me. And I don't think YouTube is like the best way.
It's not,
because it doesn't have like a DM feature. They used to, but they got rid of it.
Yeah.
But I said Twitter was like the next best thing to do, because it's like it's almost like instant messaging or private messaging. So it's easier for you to send information to me that way, opposed to posting it in the comment section of YouTube. Because one thing that'll happen is, if you say you wanted to send me an article that you wanted me to cover in the YouTube comment section, those comments will get buried under a bunch of other comments, and I won't see it. So I said, definitely like send it to me on Twitter or email it to me. That way it's easier for me to find.
Yes, for sure, for sure. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Y'all going ham over there. So many people. B1 to all the family. I see my family. I see your family. All happy family. Look how the B1 coming together there. But there's a couple topics that I want to cover amongst us all, because I appreciate you letting them know that this is not overnight hustle or overnight thing at all. This is a steady grind. And I would like to say, you know, we definitely ain't probably where we want to be. Because there's some probably, you know, like we got people that's big in the B1 space, like Phil, he made it there. He's a million. Yeah. He's got multiple channels. I respect Watkins and what he's doing with his multiple channels, like even bringing Fly Nubian Queen on. You know what I'm saying? With Vic, because how else would we have got Vicky and Amadaya and all these other people? I like hearing, I will listen to the same article from multiple people, because there's multiple perspectives, so I like to learn from everybody. But let's talk about this music shit. Yeah, man, I definitely want to hear what. So what I'm saying is, we done got to a point where dot culture is what it do, right? And it is hard for people like us in our space. Do you find it difficult, or are you even trying to get more people on code?
I think people who want to be on code are going to get on code. I don't feel like I'm going to force anybody, or I can't force anybody, or we can't force anybody to get on and be on code. Because for some people, getting on code is like kryptonite.
Ooh. That's the truth.
Like it's really like, because for some people, they feel like if they get on code, they're gonna have to sacrifice something that's keeping them off code. And apparently, whatever's keeping them off code is a distraction. And some people are in love or in lust with distractions. You ain't talking about
Matrix.
Football or basketball or nothing like that. Like sports. Sorry, my allergies was messing up. You know what I'm saying? I know you ain't talking about like series, like basketball wives and shit like that, like Love and Hip Hop and Power and shit like that, and shit like that? Are you talking about shit like that? Because that's what I be talking about. I have like a sort of a love-hate relationship with hip hop culture because obviously I am an artist, and I do beats, and it's like for a time it was like that's why you'll get a East Coast album and a super trap album, because I know that brothers like to buy the super trap stuff, but I don't like to make that mentally because I know it promotes demonic behavior, right? The beat that I could make could become the demonic anthem of the century. So that's why I took one of my trap beats and made Cut the Check with it. Okay. And I made that from your boy Kinstrumentals. Look at the coons. Me and Ken go back and forth all the time. He practiced like every night live, but he was the inspiration for me making the song. Is there anybody that you're out there listening to, like somebody that spits real B1 shit that you could put us up on?
I can't really call it. A lot of the times, a lot of the music, believe it or not, that I listen to is back from
you too,
my era, like the early 2000s, like the 90s and stuff like that. Yeah, that's where I felt the most comfortable with as far as music goes. I always said that the 90s was a golden era. It was of a lot of things, and especially when it comes to the different types of music that we consumed. Even the early 2000s, like leaving out of the 90s and going into the early 2000s. It's crazy because there's a page that I follow on Instagram, and I forgot the name of the page, and they were talking about they put up like 10 videos, like video clips of songs that came out in the early 2000s where they had hip-hop artists collabing with an R&B artist. And when I was listening to that, I just had to like lean back in my chair and just be like, these kids today will never truly understand the artistry that we were able to live through at that particular time. I mean, they can try their best to recreate that, but it's not going to have the authenticity that we were able to experience when it first happened. Right. And, there's probably some good artists of today, but they're sprinkled out. Like they're few and very far in between. Back then, they were literally all over the place. Like the competition in music back then was tough. It was stiff. Like it was very hard to say who your favorite was at one point because it's like
everybody was different. Yeah.
But it was very diverse.
You just classified yourself as Unc, right? You know, you just did that, right? Yeah, back boy, I went back. Look, I tell you, boy, this new Jenga stuff, boy. But I was just making fun of him. Like, so one thing we do say is like the corny and the b-boy stance, letting the culture die. In your opinion, where do you see the future of our music going? Because it is black music. To be honest, I can't even really call it. It's kind of hard to tell exactly where the music is going. Because I always say that, yes, these are artists out here that's putting out this music, but are they really putting out this music? Because we know who's running these labels. True. And I always wondered, what would black music today sound like if they didn't corrupt
were the ones who... if it wasn't that, or if it wasn't under these big labels. I always wonder often too, do these artists even really want to do this type of music, or are they just doing it because they know they're going to get paid? Like, what is your true art? Like, what is your true form? What is your final form? What type of music do you really want to do? Because sometimes I feel like some of them don't even want to do this type of music. Like it goes back to what I was saying about being bound by a contract. Because a lot of them get stuck in what they call them 360 deals. I heard some of those are some of the worst deals to ever take.
Well, they take percentages of everything: performance, sales, royalties, merchandise. Media. They take a piece of everything. But I guess with the advent of platforms like ours, and I think even D Tubman has a Black First Music Showcase, right? Yeah. Where I was even actually able to find some other brothers that was some decent music that I can listen to, right? Yeah. With that being said, though, aside from the music, and this is just the last thing, because you know, I talk your ass all day long if you let me. But this is the last thing. These Kuna Matatas out here, sir. We try to talk in our own code. See, the Teasy made that one up. Teasy made that one up. Teasy made that one up, baby. These Kuna Matatas out here trying to be codified, trying not to get the algorithms to slice and dice our shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, ones before us have paved the way to do so much. But speaking of these Kuna Matatas, right? So we get some of the most hate from people that we know. Do you find it funny that in doing this, the core people that you deal with don't really rock with your shit, but you get hella love and admiration from across the world? Like, we like, yo, you the mans, that's my mans, you know? How does what's the dynamic between the personal love of what you do and the love you get from outside, being inducted to, you know, Urban Dictionary and shit like that? Like, they just not having respect on your name.
Well, honestly, I haven't really come across anybody that has like told me, or if they would ever tell me, that they don't like my content.
Right.
I mean, like, if people feel some type of way about it, you know, I throw in another verbiage. I feel nothing.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. That's one of his points. I have put that in comment section, sir. I feel nothing. But lately, we've been feeling some type of way about all of this murder of PC children. I mean, it is an epidemic in that community. I think Professor Black Truth started off with the White on White crime series.
I love that series. That series actually is one of the on my original channel. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Yes. But on my original channel, I did the White History Month. Series of videos. It was because of his White on White crime series that inspired that series of videos right there, and I couldn't believe that series went off without a hitch, because I swore up and down YouTube was going to give me a strike on one of them videos. And it's crazy because that series of videos right there brought a lot of people to my channel, and a lot of people, after it was over, they were so upset. They was like, no, you got to keep it going because there's like so much more. I still like, I haven't gotten it recently, but I remember like way past, like you know, not way past, but a few months down the line, they kept asking me, Taurean, are you gonna bring back White History Month? I was like, that was kind of a one-off thing. Those series, and let me tell you, those series of videos was not easy to do.
Hell
like,
no.
Because what I did was, because you gotta think, I had said, okay, after, like, this is actually how I did it. In October of the year prior, in October of the year prior to me doing it, because I did it in June 2017, I comprised the list in October 2016 of a whole bunch of names that equaled out to 30 names that could go in here. And trust me, it was not hard compiling those names because it was so many more names that I could have put. And I had to like do some switching around. I was like, nah, I don't know if they'll be good enough to fit there. I said, I wanted these to be some of the most worst of the worst people to be on this list. Some of them were kind of like borderline, but some of them were the extreme. Some people they never even heard of. Some people they may have heard about at one point in time, but they don't talk about them anymore. And then when I put the list together in May of that following year, for that whole week, I literally recorded 5 videos a day to sure that it equaled out to 30.
Work.
So and then put them all into a folder.
Work.
And then I made an announcement video at the end of the month and said it on the folder, it said WHM. And I basically made an announcement video to my audience saying like, this is a series of videos that I worked hard on for like the last couple of months that I know you're going to enjoy. And when them videos started to roll out day by day, when I tell you everybody could not wait for the next video to come up because they were anxious to see who was going to be in that lineup, because it's 30 days. And then I gave a bonus day, which was the third, July 1st.
I remember when you did that.
Like I had some of the worst people on there. I mean, I had Bill Clinton, I had Susan Anthony, Ed Gein, D.W. Griffith, Gloria Steinem. I had who else? Planned Parenthood.
What's her name? Margaret Sanger.
Margaret Sanger. Yeah, Margaret Sanger.
Yep.
I had some of the worst on that list.
That is
and
the.
it was like. And
did you have
people
Ferdinand ass on there?
Who?
Ferdinand, the nigga who.
No, I had no, but I did have King Leopold II.
Oh, just as terrible. Yeah, just as terrible.
So, so like I said, I wanted to make sure, and of course I had Jeffrey Dahmer. I had some of the worst. Like I said, I had some of the worst people on there that you could think of that throughout history. I had who else did I have on there? I had the Columbine shooters on there.
Oh yeah.
I had Timothy McVeigh.
Yeah,
like I had a lot of different people on there throughout history, whether way back in the day or modern and more recent times. Of course, I don't know. I don't think I had Dylan Roof on there because he was real recent. I wanted it to be people that people quote unquote forgot about.
Mm-hmm.
So that was definitely a series of videos that I was very proud to do.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what this video is here. FBA writers, it was on the series shit because of your sundown towns.
Oh yeah, that's still ongoing right now. Actually, just right before we got on this,
Y'all go check out that Sundown Towns.
I just recorded the video that I'm uploading on Sunday for that, and it's crazy how many towns it is because that's a series of videos. I know that's a series of videos I started like back in early 2020, and here we are in July, and I'm still going through it came up to like almost over 150 towns, spanned over all 50 states, and it's just crazy because another series of videos that I did was the Black Heroes Month, which was in the month of February, where I just highlighted a bunch of Black people that I deemed as heroic, that they do not get talked about in society, or they're not talked about in the books and everything like that. And after my Sundown series is complete, I actually have in mind another series of videos that I'm going to do, but I'm not going to reveal what it is. But but this one's going to be just as impactful as the Sundown series. It's probably going to be triggering.
Hold up. First of all, I watched your channel, right? Now I already know what you're talking about. I ain't gonna put you out there, but I know what you're talking about, sir. Cause we thought about doing them too, but I heard that you I know that you was finna do them. So you know what I'm saying? I ain't want to step on your toes, but I know where you're going, sir. I know where you're going, sir.
Hey, so was that kind of like a special announcement on the show?
Yeah.
That you gonna be coming out with the new breaking show coming? I mean, was that the?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's gonna be like another series of videos after the Sundown series is done, and then I'm gonna go into doing this next. I'm gonna probably take a break on like the series videos because you gotta think about, you have to like gather all this information to put out there. But this one's going to be very interesting, to say the least.
Oh yeah.
Because the thing is, I thought when I was done with the Sundown series videos that I was going to be done with series videos for a while, until somebody tagged me in a post on Instagram, and I saw the picture, and I said, you know what? I can do a series.
I watch your channel, bro. I got you, sir. I watch your channel, sir. I know, and that's gonna be a great ass series. And I would rather not hear anybody else's voice on that shit than you, cuz for real. I know you gonna kill that shit. That's it, man. We ain't even gonna hold you. Know when I say we ain't gonna hold you.
Hey, I got one question.
Go ahead,
you went through music.
Brother.
Hey, what's your top 5 dead or alive? And it can cross R&B or hip hop. It's your top 5 artists in your eyes that you listening to, that you rock with.
Taurean Reigns, top 5. This gonna end up on some Instagram clip or something on World Star.
Okay, I don't know if I can really classify them as top 5. I mean, I can give you 5.
Give it to
because it's kind of hard for me to. It's kind of hard for me to classify.
And they subjective.
They don't gotta be. They don't gotta be in a row. But top 5 that you rocking with, that you gonna listen to, that you don't get tired of listening to.
Okay. Definitely Pac.
Yep.
For sure.
Okay.
Definitely Pac for sure.
Okay.
Biggie.
Yep. Okay.
This is hard.
The silence. The silence.
Boys to Men.
Okay.
Ooh,
okay.
Good kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely one of my favorite R&B groups.
All right.
Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. We gotta give you a whole clap of applause for that. Yeah. Michael Jackson. Yes. Everybody. Michael Jackson. Yeah.
Definitely.
This guy's all right with me.
Last one.
Last one.
One more.
Look, they say choose wisely.
That
Look,
Mr. Taurean Rain, listen to It Don't Matter on repeat. That record, what record is the last one? I mean, if it played on repeat, you wouldn't care.
Cannabis, Rakim, Coogee Rap, Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One. Okay, I see you, Elevation.
I'm trying to see if it's somebody more recent, rather than back then. But like I said, this is hard. Like the asking of the top 5 is so hard to actually
ask
do.
me.
You know, we ain't asking you. We got a whole show. It's called T3. So we do a TZ's top 10 on different genres of the music. So we definitely understand how tough that is.
Because we fight with this. Yeah, we fight with this back and forth. Like who gets on the 10 list? And we're like, we can't even make the 10 list. The show ain't came out yet. We arguing. Like we ain't done the show yet. We arguing.
But if I had to but if let me see.
He's digging deep. Slick Rick. Look, we got Slick Rick up there. Elevation said you killing me, sir. Rick. Come on, bro. He said you killing me. He said no more illegal substances. He said Kingdom Messiah said T.I., Ice Cube, Jeezy, and Snoop Dogg. Okay. Hey, he said you must be from another country, fam. You gonna let him do you like that, B? Nah, man. Y'all ain't gonna put my boy out there like that, man.
This is like I said. This is all I really can't really
that's all.
That's a stumper.
Get that last one out there.
No, we asking for a reason because we know it's a stumper. And we just kind of laugh over.
Right.
How
people think it's that simple.
Not.
Yeah, I see a few of them rattling off real quick.
Yeah,
I hear you.
See you over here.
You didn't put some of y'all don't get no poontang tang because all you do is got hip hop all in there. You get no poonanny. You get none.
Hard lace
syndrome. You got no R&B, fam. At least got the Boys the Men in there. And Michael, y'all got none. When do you get smooth? None of y'all get smooth.
No.
You get no snatch.
And like I said,
jackrabbiting all the time, just jackrabbiting.
And like we said, this all goes back to having a balance.
True.
And some people have a lot of imbalances in their life. Even if it goes back to, like you said, like with music, when we use that as a, I guess you can say as a scenario.
Right.
But I definitely, like I said, I like to have a balance in the type of music that I listen to. Like it's like I said, whenever it comes to music, for me it has to be whatever the setting is for me, whatever mood it is that I'm in at that moment or at that time. It depends on what type of music that I'm listening to.
Oh yeah. That's right. That's a respectable answer, y'all. Get off my man's back. God damn, he gave you a respect. He gave you a respect.
And then you also got to take into account as well that Black people, we created all types of genre of music.
Right.
When you think about it, I could have threw out a rock and roll song and you couldn't hate on it because that's our genre.
I play Guitar Hero. I play Guitar Hero on this channel, sir. So I feel you.
And that's why I say when I do the sucker MCs, I talk about self-love, because it's not just the hip hop, it's even the country music. That's why I say stop saying it's not Black music. It's black music. That's black people music.
Right.
All of it is.
Right, pretty much. Well, man, this has been such the greatest Chop It Up, sir. We appreciate your time and your support.
Many blessings.
You know, if you will have us, we'd love to come crash your spot too, cuzzo. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? However that gotta go down. Yeah. You know, if you have us, maybe one of your lives on Friday or something. Take one of them long hours or two and chop it up with you. We'll go through the motions with you for sure. That.
All right, no problem. I'm glad y'all had me on.
Yeah, no, for sure. Everybody, we not on the same. We not on the same little thing that lets us do an outro. Oh yeah, we are. I forgot I was slick like that. So we gonna leave y'all with the 4 words. We leave y'all with all the time is love,
peace, blessings, and Maloha.
Spirit fingers. And we got T-Rain in this thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Good looking. You don't play with this shit. You don't even know what I gave to this shit. Self-made with this shit. I slay with this shit. Been a lot of roads I done paved with this shit. Look. See, I don't play with this.
Hey, Riri. Hey Rihanna, hey girl, how you doing? I'm into you like Trump's in the Putin. I know that might sound a little confusing. I had to say it for my own amusement. What I'm trying to say is, can we go cruising? Top down, blow some good gas, and listen to Blueprint. Birdies, taking flight, change your life in one night. By 2 a.m. if you do it right. Up late like nigga night. Small fish, big appetite. Get an extra 4 if you whip it right. Got good gas and it's light bright. Got big balls and a good pipe. One call it and it's night.
Shawty bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. Shawty bang my line. Bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. You can catch me on the book or DM me at IG. Consider me. Took you from the premises. I bring it back like it's stolen from my nemesis. I bring it back on the stolen around me, almost drown me. It astounds me like the level of deceit when your people try to play you like somebody in the street. Like even when you praise him and you try to see him eat. Not to mention all the shit you did to get him on his feet. Kid of thoughts, 10,000 legs. I know you wish you could, but some can't. I learned from my mistakes and I done felt all the breaks. Learn to cut the grass real fast for the snakes. Learn to give a little bit more than I take. Too many times I score back, break, pump, fake. I got the PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, Chime. Hope you got yours, cause I got mine. I'm talking Payoneer, net spin, Venmo, stash. Too many ways for you to run my cash.